صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome all our viewers and followers to another episode of this program, and we beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to count every one of us among his righteous servants. Allahumma amin. Today, inshallah, we are starting a new chapter, which is Surah Fussilat, and we are going to take it from verse 1 to verse 7. And before we move forward, we give thanks to the Almighty Allah for making it possible for us to the beginning of a new chapter, which we are to start tonight. And inshallah, as we usually do on this program, I'm going to start with my recitation and just be following me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. So now with the verses of Surah Fussilat. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حميم. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون. بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون. وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب فاعمل إننا عاملون. قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فاستقيموا إليه واستغفروه. وويل للمشركين الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم كافرون. Again. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حميم. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون. بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون. وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب فاعمل إننا عاملون قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فاستقيموا إليه واستغفروه وويل للمشركين الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم كافرون. So this is where we stop for tonight. Alhamdulillah, as I said it at the beginning of this program, that we are going to take it from verse 1 to verse 7, and this is the verse 7. And I have the privilege to inform or to remind my followers that it is your time and your turn now, and that you should not forget that you can reach us through one of these numbers that are showing on the screen, or you can reach us through WhatsApp call on either of these numbers, or direct call on the other number that is going to show now on the screen. So we'll be expecting you patiently. So while we are expecting you, let me move to another part of this program, which is stating some derived points from the lesson or the new lesson of tonight. So as you know that we are talking, or we are taking the beginning verses of Surah Fussilat. That is why we are to discuss about the little, or let me say, the some points, some crucial points about this chapter, which is a new chapter to us. So the title of this chapter is Fussilat. As we can see it, we say that Surah Fussilat. So the title of this chapter is Fussilat, and which happen to be verb. So the word Fussilat is verb, and it's from a tafsil, giving details of something. So that Fussilat, it happened to be a verb, and that being a verb distinguishes it to be the second of the two chapters. Those were named or were titled with verbs. So among the 114 chapters of the Holy Quran, there are only two chapters that they are titled they are titled to come in the form of verb. So the first one is abasa. So you can see that this abasa is fi'l. So, and the second chapter, which it's whose name is verb, is Fussilat. So if you want to check, if you first check the names of the chapter, you will find out that. So for instance, Al-Fatiha is a noun. Fatiha, Baqarah, Al-Imran, An-Nisa, Al-Ma'idah, Al-An'am. But these are only two chapters that their names are verbs. So Abas, then Fussilat. So that is the first point that we want you to benefit from tonight's lesson. Another one is that the word Fussilat means they are explained in detail. They are explained. So these, the verses of this Quran are explained in detail. So that is why we say that Fussilat from at-tafsil. Or we have, so tafsil, and if you say tafasil, so I want tafasil of this thing, means I need the details Tafasil means details of this thing. So that is this. Fussilat from at-tafsil. And this word appears in the verse 3. The verse third of this chapter, the verse 3, or the third verse of this chapter. So the third verse of this chapter. Then this is Makkiyah with 54 verses. This chapter, Surah Fussilat, is a Makkiyah with 54 verses, and it comes 41st position among the 114 surah of the Holy Quran. So it comes 41st position. And this is an earlier Meccan surah. It was revealed earlier on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is some of the benefits, or let me say some of the points that we want to give initially as we are taking the beginning of this chapter. So the purpose for this surah is explanation of how to treat turning away from the Holy Quran. If you see someone turning, or someone turn away from the Holy Quran, how can you treat such person? So that is the purpose of this surah. So explanation on how to treat turning away from the Holy Quran, by emphasizing that the Quran, this noble book, is reliable and true book, and by telling those who turn away from this book, by telling them the repercussion of turning away from this book. So that is the purpose for the surah. Then now, with some benefits of the verses, but before I continue with this, I would like to remind you again that it is your time and your turn to make your recitation and to get your recitations corrected, and that you can reach us through one of these numbers that are showing on the screen, where you can reach us through WhatsApp call on either of these numbers, or direct call on this number that is now on the screen. So we'll be expecting you. So some benefits of these verses. So the first benefit is postponement of the disbelievers to the sources of the guidance, means that they remain on disbelief. So whenever they see guidance, whenever they see light comes to them from the Almighty Allah, they turn away, or they postpone it by saying we shall. So that postponement means that they remain on the disbelief. So that is the first benefit that we can derive from these verses. So another benefit that we can derive from these verses is the significance of zakah, the importance of zakah, and that this zakah is one of the pillars of the Islam, So that is the so these are some benefits that we can derive from the verses of tonight's lesson. Okay, let me come again. We said that the purpose for this surah is explanation on how to treat turning away from the Holy Quran, by emphasizing that the Quran is a reliable source and a true book from the Almighty Allah, and telling people the repercussion of turning away from it, from the Quran. Then some benefits that we can derive from these verses. The first is postponement of postponement of the disbelievers to the sources of the guidance, means that they remain on disbelief. Then another thing is the significance or the importance of zakah, giving zakah, and that this zakah is one of the pillars of Islam. So that is the let me say some benefits that we can derive or fish out from these verses. So now we are moving to another segment of this program, which is stating some related points. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says فَأَعْرَضَ أَكْثَرُهُمْ, that most of them أَعْرَضَ, they turn away. So we want to know who. Okay, the Okay, now first call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Please, who is the caller? Please.
Bashir from Nigeria.
Okay, brother Bashir from Nigeria. You are welcome to this program. So tonight we are reading from verse 1 to verse 7 of Surah Fussilat. So from the beginning of Surah Fussilat to verse 7. So you can start your recitation now.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Now.
حامد. نعم.
Now, continue.
حامد. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون وقالوا قلوب أكنة مما تدعونا وفي آذاننا وقر بيننا وبينك حجاب فاعمل إننا عاملون قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم أنما إلهكم إله
نعم.
واحد فاستقيموا واستغفروا وويل للمشركين.
نعم.
الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم مقصرون.
نعم. الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة. Again. الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة.
الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم خاسرون.
هم كافرون. هم كافرون.
الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة.
So we say Barakallah fiqh, Jazakallah khair for brother Bashir. So and you are welcome back to this program. So وهم بالآخرة كافرون, not خاسرون. So once again we say Barakallah fiqh and have a nice time. So back to our discussion about the some related points. We say that فأعرض أكثرهم. So we want to know the pronoun in أكثرهم, that what does that pronoun refer to. So أكثرهم, the Al-Mufassirun said that أكثرهم, that pronoun refers to the people of Mecca. فأعرض, then أعرض, most of them, أكثرهم, most of them, أعرض, they turn away. So that home refers to people of Mecca. Then fa'amal. So that's word fa'amal. So as you can see that it comes in command tense. So fa'amal, which means then work, continue working. So we want to know the meaning of that fa'amal. So, and which the kind of working that they told the Prophet ﷺ to continue doing. So there are two opinions regarding that as follows. So the first opinion says that fa'amal means work on how to nullify our affairs. Work or keep working on how to nullify, to nullify our affairs, as we will work too on how to nullify your affairs. So that is the first opinion. And the second opinion says that fa'amal innana amilun means keep to your religion, and we too keep to our religion. So these are the two opinions regarding that fa'amal innana amilun. So another point here among the related points is alladhina la yu'tuna zakah. The word as zakah here, we know zakah. So one of the pillars of one of the pillars of Islam, but our scholars have opinions regarding that as zakah. So, and we have 5 opinions regarding that. So as follows. The first opinion says that alladhina la yu'tuna zakah, that among the meanings of zakah is purification. Among the meaning of zakah is what? Is purification. So that is why they say that the meaning of la yutuna zakah means they don't purify themselves. They don't purify themselves from a shirk, so which is polytheism, with a tawheed, which is monotheism. And the meaning of that, they don't believe in the oneness of Allah. So this was narrated or was reported by Abu Talha from Ibn Abbas. So this was reported by Abu Talha from Ibn Abbas, that the meaning of zakah there is the literal meaning. So among the literal meanings of zakah is purification. So, and the second opinion says that the meaning of la yutuna zakah means they don't believe in zakah. They don't believe in zakah. So this was said by Al-Hasan and Qatada. This was said by Al-Hasan and Qatada. So now we go for a short break and we'll be right back. So stay connected. We'll be right back now.
Huda TV's social media sites are the best way to contact us from anywhere around the world. Stay connected with Huda TV's latest news and programs through Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Skype, and Instagram. It's fast and easy. Stay up to date with your favorite shows and scholars today. Huda TV, a light in every home.
Welcome back to your program, Recitation Time, and we beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the time we spend together. So before I continue with what I was doing before the short break, I would like to remind you that it is your time and your turn to make your recitations, and that you should not forget that you can reach us through one of these numbers that are showing on the screen, where you can reach us through WhatsApp call on either of these numbers or direct call on this number. So we'll be expecting you, and that we still have like 23 minutes remaining. Okay, another call. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, brother Ali Akewekewe, you are welcome to this program. So tonight we are reading from verse 1 to verse 7 of Surah Fussilat. So you can start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حميم. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته
فصلت كتاب فصلت. نعم.
كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب.
نعم.
قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى
إلي
أنما
not إلي إلى. نعم.
يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فاستقيموا إليه للمشركين الذين لا الزكاة وهم
نعم. نعم. الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة
الذين وهم بالآخرة هم كافرون.
We say Barakallah Feek wa Jazakallah Khairan for brother Ali Akewekewe, and we are happy to have you on this program. So yuha ilayya ila, so not ilayya. Then ya, I do comment on your ya. Don't say ilayyi, no, ilayya. Yuha ilayya like this. Ilayya annama, not ilayyi. So then ilayhi. Fastaqimu ila, not ile, no. Ilayhi. And once again we say Barakallah Feek and have a nice time. So back to our discussion about the opinions of our scholars regarding the word az-zakah. So we said we have 5 opinions regarding that word. And so the first opinion, as we said it, that they look at the literal meaning of that word. So that is why they gave their opinion. They say that, okay, another call. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, brother Muhammad Ismail.
Walaikum salam.
Muhammad Ismail.
Yes, sir.
You are welcome. So tonight we are reading from verse 1 to verse 7 of Surah Fussilat. So you can start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. حميم.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So at the beginning,
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حميم. تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون بشيرا ونذيرا فأعرضوا أكثرهم فأعرض أكثرهم فهم لا يسمعون.
نعم.
وقالوا قلوبنا في أكمة من
نعم.
تدعونا وقالوا قلوبنا في أكمة ممن
أكنة
وقالوا قلوبنا أكنة
في
ممن
وقالوا قلوبنا
تدعونا
في أكنة مما أكنة. نعم.
وقالوا قلوبنا في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه وفي آذانهم وقر
وفي آذاننا وقر ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب فاعلم إننا عاملون. فوات وبينك ومن بيننا وبينك حجاب
فاعمل إننا عاملون.
نعم.
قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى
نعم.
إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فاستقيموا إليه واستغفروا وويل للمشركين.
نعم.
الذين لا يؤتون الزكاة وهم بالآخرة هم كافرون.
So we say Barakallah Feek wa Jazakallah Khairan for brother Muhammad Ismail. So you know Al-Basmala at the beginning of every chapter except At-Tawbah. So it's, let us call it a Sunnah. So you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim at the beginning of every chapter except At-Tawbah, which is Bara'atun min Allah wa Rasulih. So فأعرض أكثرهم, not فأعرضوا. Then في أكنة مما تدعونا, في أكنة مما تدعونا إليه. Then وفي آذاننا not آذانهم. Then وبينك not وبينك as you firstly said it. Then فَعْمَلْ not فَعْلَمْ. So فَعْمَلْ means keep working, and فَعْلَمْ means know. You have to know. So there is difference between these two words. So فَعْمَلْ work, فَعْلَمْ know. So wastaghfiruh. If you want to stop on it, wastaghfiruh. So, and once again, we say barakallah fiqh and have a nice time. So back to our discussion about the 5 opinions regarding the word az-zakah. We said the first opinion, which says that it means purification, and that la yutuna zakah means they don't purify themselves from ashirk with tawheed. And we said that this was reported by Abu Talha from Ibn Abbas. Then the second opinion says that la yutuna zakah means they don't believe in it. They don't believe. They don't consider it as one of the pillars of the Islam. So, and this was said by Al-Hasan and Qatada. Then the third opinion says that la yutuna zakah means they don't purify their works. They don't purify their works. So this also based their opinion on the literal meaning of az-zakah. So they say that la yutuna zakah, they don't purify their works. And this said by Mujahid. The fourth opinion says that they don't give clear charity, nor spend in the cause of Allah. That az-zakah here means general meaning for zakah. So they don't give charity, nor spend their wealth in the cause of Allah. So this said by Ad-Dhahak wa Muqatil and Muqatil. Ad-Dhahak and Muqatil. And the last opinion, which is the fifth opinion, says that la yutuna zakah means they don't give the zakah of their properties. They don't give the zakah of their properties. And this is said by Ibn Sa'ib. And that is the direct opinion, that they don't give the zakah of their properties. And don't forget that the other opinions are based on the literal meanings of the word az-zakah. So word zakah literally can mean purification. So that is why some of them say they don't purify themselves. And some of them say they don't purify their works, because they build and they base their opinions based on the on the literal meaning of az-zakah, which is purification. So now let's move to another part of this program, which is giving some words with their meanings. The first word here is tanzil, because we know that we don't know the meaning, the accurate meaning of hamim. So we said it when we were discussing about Surah Al-Ahqaf, Surah Al-Jathiyah, and we are repeating it here that these 2 letters, ha and mim, are among the miracles of the Holy Quran, and nobody knows the accurate meaning of these letters. So the accurate meaning of this is known to the Almighty Allah alone, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is why we move straightly to Tanzil. So Tanzil means a revelation. Tanzil means a revelation. So then Fussilat means are explained in detail. Are explained in detail. And what are those things that are explained? We say ayatuhu, that the verses of this book are explained in detail. So that is why when I was talking about the title of this chapter, I said that Fussilat, that was derived from tafsil. Tafsil is giving details of something. So, and we have tafasil. So tafsil, detail, tafasil, details of something. So you say, I need tafasil of this thing. That means I need the details of this something. Then liqawmin ya'lamun means for a people who know, who are ready to know, they are ready to learn. So liqawmin ya'lamun, for a people who know. Bashiran wa nadhiran. This book comes to give glad tidings to those who believe in Allah. So Bashiran, giving glad tidings, wa nadhiran, and giving warning of punishment in the hellfire to those who disbelieve in the oneness of Allah. So that is the duty and the duty of the Quran. So bashiran wa nadhiran. It gives glad tidings for those who believe in Allah, in oneness of Allah. Wa nadhiran, and it gives warning to those. Warning of what? Warning of punishment in the hellfire to those who disbelieves in the oneness of Allah. Then aktharuhum, we said most of them. So most of them, and we have explained who are them. So we say that the people of Mecca. That home refers to people of Mecca. La yasma'un, they hear not. Kulubuna, they say that kulubuna, our hearts. So kulub, that kulub is plural for qalbun. Qalbun, singular, while kulub is plural. So you say qalbi. Qalbi means my heart. My heart. Why? Kulubuna means our heart. So then akinna means coverings. Coverings. Then adhanina. Wafi adhanina wakor. So adhan means our ears. Our ears. And that adhan is plural for udhun. Udhun. Why adhan is plural. Then wakorun means deafness. Wakorun, deafness. Hijabun, screen. Hijabun, screen. Basharun means human being. So we said it in the previous or in the last episode of this program that Bashar means human being. Human being. And that is why we call Adam as Abul Bashar. We say Adam Abul Bashar, which means the father of the human being. So Bashar means human being. Fastaqimu, take straight path. Take a straight path. So istaqimu. So then wastaghfiru. Wastaghfiru, seek forgiveness from him, from Allah. Wa wailun. Wailun means who? Lil mushrikin, for the polytheists. Wailun, who? Lil mushrikin, for the polytheists. So these are the selected words. Let me come again. We say Tanzil, a revelation. Fussilat are explained in detail. And that Fussilat is from Tafsil. So Tafsil. Then liqawmin ya'lamun, for a people who know. Then Bashar. Bashar means Bashiran. Bashiran, giving glad tidings. Bashiran. So look at the difference between Bashar and Bashiran. So we say Bashiran, giving glad tidings. And Bashar means human being. So we are coming to it. Then Nadhiran, warning, giving warning of punishment in the hellfire to the one who disbelieves in the oneness of Allah. Aktharuhum, most of them. La yasma'un means they hear not. Then kulubuna, our hearts. Qalbun, singular, while kulub is plural. Akinna, coverings. So then adhanina, our ears. That adhan is plural for udhun. Udhun, singular, while adhan is plural. Then wakurun, deafness. Hijabun, screen. Bashar, human being. Abul Bashar, Adam, so which is the father of human being. Fastaqimu, take straight path. Take straight path. Then wastaghfiru, seek forgiveness from him. Then wailun, woe, lil mushrikin, for the polytheists. Lil mushrikin, for those who associate something with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are the selected words with their meanings. Okay, now let me move to the second to the last part of this program, which is stating or giving some exegesis of some selected verses. So, and we start from verse 6. So from verse 6. So where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَى إِلَيَّ أَنَّمَا إِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ فَاسْتَقِيمُوا إِلَيْهِ وَاسْتَغْفِرُوهُ وَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُشْرِكِينَ. So we start from this verse. So in this, verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I am only a human being like you. It is revealed to me that your ilah, and ilah means God, your God is one God, which is Allah. Therefore, take straight path to Him and seek forgiveness from Him. And who to al-mushrikeen. So, and the al-mushrikeen, as we said, so al-mushrikeen means what? The polytheists, means the idolaters, means the disbelievers in the oneness of Allah. So, and in this 7th verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those who give not the zakah, alladhina la yu'tuna zakah. So, and we can say that this verse, which is the verse 7, can be used or can be considered a definition for the mushrikeen in this context. In this context. So I want you to understand me very well. So in this context, we can use this the 7th verse, I mean the verse 7, as the definition of al-mushrikeen. That who are the mushrikeen that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means in this context. So he now answers you by saying, he now answers you by saying, alladhina la yu'tuna zakat. That I mean al-mushrikeen, those who give not the zakah, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. So don't forget though that I said in this context only. But if we are talking about al-mushrikeen general, so al-mushrikeen means those who associate something with Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So calling something as ilah, so that's those are the al-mushrikun. Okay, let me come again. قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I'm only a human being like you. It is revealed to me that your ilah, your God, is one God, which is Allah. Therefore, take straight path to Him and seek forgiveness from Him, and woe to al-mushrikeen. So we said mushrikeen, polytheists, idolaters, disbelievers in the oneness of Allah. And al-mushrikeen are those who give not the zakah, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. So these are the selected verses with their exegesis. So I just want to round up with something here that mean, you know, the prolongations, the types of prolongations. Here we have ha, which lasts for 2 countings, ha, so your 2 fingers, then mim lasts for 6 countings, So this is where we stop for tonight, and till we meet again bi-idhnillahi ta'ala on Wednesday, we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.